I buried loads of fabric under my favourite tree in the woods, because I quite like doing that, because I feel like they're imbibed with tree magic then. And then when you unbury it, like a month or two later, it's really soft and nice. And so I make creatures. It's always described as whimsical, which makes sense, and it certainly does look whimsical, magical. Someone once called it peculiarful, which was a mixture of peculiar and beautiful. I think that was my favourite word to describe it so far, and I'm happy to be a bit peculiar. I run an online indie business called Miss Ella. Really just named that at the beginning because that's what my husband always calls me, which is a bit cheesy. On my business cards I call myself an illustrator, designer and fancy things maker. I always wanted to make and sell things. It's quite hazy, the very young childhood bit. But it definitely inspired a lot of magical memories. When I was about 12, 13, I went to my dad's and we did like a pilgrimage around the volcanoes around Cumbley and they're all the Aeolian Islands near Sicily. My dad's a painter, he lives in Italy. In terms of inspiration, going and staying at his every summer since I was a kid has been amazing. Always going to beautiful places. Japan in particular. I always loved that whole like kawaii, like all the street style, all of that stuff. I love the animation, particularly Ghibli. I was just so intrigued by like the things that they made that were so different. The thing about the Ghibli films is just the fact that it's always adults and children are all even, like everyone believes in the magic and there's no like, it's not for kids, it's not for adults, it's just for everyone. I end up sizing everything really small and I wonder if it's about a lack of confidence sometimes, like it's only little. I don't know, because the actual original drawings are always much bigger. Most of my stories do end up being a little bit cheesy maybe, but they're always about friendship and connection and, you know, connecting with others and that kind of thing. Yeah. Probably because I was an only child and always like on my own and then always desperately wanting that. Yeah. Actually, I hadn't thought about that before, but that probably is it. That's the crux of it. Just wanted to make friends. The moon features all the time, partly because when I was a kid and my dad was always the other side of the planet, he would say if I looked at the moon, he'd be looking at the moon as well, and like it's just that connection, isn't it? He's like big, sort of abstract-y, splotchy paintings. You probably wouldn't appreciate me describing it. This is my dad's painting. My dad's always had loads of cats. And because he lives in a quite ramshackle house in the mountains, well it's beautiful actually, but a house in the mountains, sometimes cats just appear and decide they're going to live there. Every 2 days she used to like, right, I'm going to find a new place. Because first of all, she used to like sitting in these plates all curled up. Yeah, she got bored of those, thank goodness. She has to just say that it's hers. You get my little cat with the scissors. That is so cool, that cat. These are its scissors. What? Only that. This in here is a little tape measure. Yeah. I'll just cut the edge off this one now. Alice in Wonderland scissors. Today I've got a wholesale order. So I get my orders and I print them off. So these are like, say it comes like this, and then they come with instructions. I think the only problem when you do it as a career is that everything you do for yourself, you end up thinking, oh, how can I make this into something? Or how should I put this on a wall? Or da-da-da. Rather than it just being about the process itself. I always strive to be able to create the best thing, and I'm sure I never ever will. But no, I think that's what keeps you going, like trying to get to the best thing. I think something with writing stories is you often you'll write something, you'll just get too precious over it, and you just can't. You have to remember that you've got to write 100 stories before you really get to that thing. I think if I look through, relevant artist blogs, I'm totally intimidating, and I'm just like, what the hell am I doing? Oh my God, but I just need to go and do something else. What am I doing this for? All the time, yeah, totally like, and you have to just believe in your own thing and pushing that forwards. That's what makes you want to be better, isn't it?